So if you've seen the video on our main channel, you'll know that we're about to do a tour video of our new kitchen here, right?
Yes.
Now, our old kitchen did us for how many years? 16 years?
It did us for a long time. I don't know if it was 16, but it did do us for a long time.
Right. And that was just a cheap one from IKEA, wasn't it?
It was.
Now
And
this...
it lasted well. It lasted well. It was just very, very tired by the time we got to it.
Now, we did do a video when we were shopping for a new kitchen and looking around and shared our thoughts about that.
God, that must be nearly a year ago now.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
But on there, you noticed that we went into Kutchenhaus.
Yes, beautiful. Love it.
And Lynds fell in love with the range they had at Kutchenhaus, isn't it?
Yes, and you'll see why. It's so good.
So we made an appointment, and they said, look, come, we'll do some food, we'll have a drink, and we'll design your new kitchen and what have you. So we said, hey.
It was a really social process, wasn't it?
Yeah, isn't it?
They came here to have a look at what we had, how we used the space, and get to know us and what our tastes were as well.
That was important, and they did a great job of that, wasn't
They
it?
really
Taking
did,
the specs so they could design this correctly for us, right?
Yes.
And then we went for dinner, steak, didn't we?
Yep.
Had a lovely dinner, and they showed us their kitchens, and they showed us things like the cooker tap, which we fell in love with.
And this special Borough hob as well.
Yes, right.
Yeah. So
Anyway,
where do you want to start?
Right, where should we start? I'll tell you what, let's rule the utility room out. The utility room is not quite finished, okay, but there it is there. We took the sink out and we put a washer dryer in there, and plenty of hanging at the top, and it does the job, right?
In the almost 20 years we've lived in this house, I think the only time we'd use the sink there was to wash up after decorating, that kind of thing. So that was no use to us. We did not need that. What we needed instead was a good, sturdy washer, dryer space, and space for hoovers and...
Yeah, ironing board, stuff like that, and
full height ones that don't get in the way of the back door.
Yes, isn't it?
Fortunately, we've got a little technical hitch with the washing machine at the moment. So
we're sorting out. So there it is there. Anyway, we've got some cracking washing machines that we got from Costco.
The other great thing in here is that we have got this hanging space. So I prefer not to use the tumble dryer all the time. I just use it for pants and socks and in the dead of winter. So when I've done my washing, I take everything out, put it on hangers and hang it up to dry up there.
Perfect.
Or outside. Into the main kitchen. We have these gorgeous, gorgeous shelves up here that are lit from beneath. I've got my favourite recipe books on rotation. I've got some of them here and I've got some of them in my own little office. We went from a double sink to just a single sink because, again, we don't use it very often like that. This is perfect. I've just washed up after lunch. We've got a dishwasher here, a cupboard with cleaning products.
and all the gubbins from the sink needs.
And a very special gubbins for the tap. My tap does three things. It is instant hot water.
Boiling at 100 degrees.
Boiling at 100 degrees. If I'm making a cup of tea, I let it run for like 4 or 5 seconds and then put my cup under, and then I've got instant hot tea. It also does cold filtered water.
Like that one there.
And then we went for an extra upgrade because Steve and the boys really enjoy soda drinks, fizzy drinks. And look, oh no, hang on. I don't do it very often. I'm not the expert on this one. No.
Just down and across.
Down and across.
There you go.
Fizzy water from the tap.
Perfect, isn't it?
It is amazing.
We make Pepsi Max up from the tap, isn't it?
Yeah.
Daz would like that. So Pepsi Max coming
from
out
the
your tap.
Yeah. And we've got this lovely little bottle of washing up liquid in a soap dispenser. This feels very fancy. In our porcelain worktop. It's all sunken.
Right, and we will talk about this worktop a little more towards the end. Shall we do that?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, before the summer, when Steve and Eddie headed off into Europe, I took Harry to see John Bishop with me. And he tells me that you know you're doing well in life if your bins are in a cupboard. And look, our bins are in the cupboard. You don't have to see them, but that's the bin cupboard.
Okay.
That's how you know you're doing well in life, apparently. Coming round, instead of having cupboards, we've chosen to go for drawers along the long run of the kitchen.
Right.
So we've got big drawers with with everything in that we need.
Plates and bowls and what have you there.
All the way through. We've got food in some, we've got pans in some. This is my pan drawer.
There we are.
Look how easy that is. There's nothing
Right.
getting in the way. No, we're not opening that one. That one's all my utensils that don't fit anywhere else. This is probably my favourite drawer. This has got my knives and forks and cling film and things, and some Adana kebab sticks that we got in Turkey last year.
Very important.
But look at this.
Look at that.
Da-da-da! My spice cupboard.
Perfect.
And you can tell I've just been out to the motorhome recently because I've found my Adana kebab spice mix that we bought there and the sticks.
That we bought from the NEC?
Yeah. No, that we bought in Turkey.
Ah,
So I bought them from there. And these two cabinets, I use one as a bread bin.
Yep.
I've been shopping today. It's Friday today that we're filming this, so I have got weekend food. And my veg rack is in here, so there's usually onions and root veg in there.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Now, we wanted to do it away with the air fryers, but it's impossible to do away with the air fryers.
It is. If you're married to someone who doesn't cook, like Steve particularly, or has recently discovered their cooking skills, then we need the air fryer. This is the one that he wouldn't compromise on. This is his favourite because it's small and it compacts and it heats a small space. And if you saw the US trip a couple of years ago, you know we're never going to be without a toaster ever again.
Yeah. Now, we've got a wine cooler built in here, so that's a bit...
Yeah, this is fancy
Very
as well.
So,
turn it on by touching it.
And you can put your open bottle of wine in here to keep cool whilst you're cooking.
Perfect, which is good. I'm wondering, we decided not to have it on this side because there's a breakfast bench there and it would have just been floating into air. Which actually, if it was in the corner, that would have been fine and easy access for the dining table, but... It's for me while I'm cooking instead.
There it is. Fantastic. Now, your recent purchase is another Ninja machine. We've had one little go at that, but we've got an ice cream maker.
We have, and again, I've been poorly, so I've not used it very much. This is, all my boys are into their fitness at the moment, so they're all being really focused on getting their protein and things. So we're going to make some good, healthy ice creams and sorbets and things.
I think so. Perfect. We're going to get a new table. We've got some new chairs around here.
Yes.
We're going to get a new table. And we're going to get some new stools for the breakfast bar area here,
We
right?
are, but they can't be height adjustable because my biggest fear in life is something happening to my porcelain top.
Yes.
Because this was probably the single most expensive thing other than a car that I've ever bought.
This was ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah, but I love it.
Yeah.
It's absolutely beautiful. It's exactly what we wanted. And we've gone with really high splashbacks all the way around as well because
Perfect.
it looked nice.
Right, let's turn some lights on in here. There we go. That's a bit brighter in here now, isn't it?
Yes.
Huh?
Yeah, we had this custom built and the guys who built it are amazing.
Right, over on this wall. Now, this used to be just our food cupboard, okay?
Yes, this was all cupboards at one point and it was quite inaccessible for someone my height at times. So look at what this clever pantry does. As I open the door,
And they all slide out like that.
it slides out so I can access everything. And I have tidied this up this morning because I was a little bit horrified. It had got into... We've been using the kitchen for a few months now, so as everything gets chucked in and you close the door and you don't think about it again. So it's had a bit of a tidy up today. We have a pull-out drawer here that has my pressure cooker Ninja, which I will never ever get rid of. It is a pressure cooker and slow cooker all in one. Love it. And it's also big enough to have the extra shelves and things for the cooker, which has a million different features, and I've used about 3 or 4 of them. And the microwave that's also a steamer as well.
And they've all got apps as well. The washing machine, the tumble dryer, the microwave, the cooker. They've all got apps. You've got to have an app nowadays, haven't you?
Ask me how many I've actually put on my phone and
None.
how many I've used. No. But what I do like is using the timers on these two.
Yeah.
I love it. It's fantastic. George has still not got a hang of that. He will still ask, the speaker who has a name to set a timer for him when he's cooking something. I don't know why. And this here is our fridge freezer. Now, we used to have a huge fridge freezer.
Right, we had a big 900 wide one, which we loved, but it just wasn't going to fit in this space like that, was it?
And it wasn't necessary, actually.
So we've got an extra tall one now, which Lynds then can't reach the stuff up the top, right?
I can look. Tell him.
At the back.
I can, but the stuff on the very top, I can't reach. I've no idea what's up there. It's just stuff I've hidden. And the freezer is just this is what I do, Liz. It is quite a small freezer. And when I'm not here and the boys are fending for themselves, they tend to be freezer divers rather than fridge creators. So.
But we're probably going to get another extra freezer to go under the stairs. Yeah?
Yes. Now, when we first moved into this house, we built an extension that took the back of the house kind of that way.
Right.
This space here, so the kitchen's where Steve is now and where we've already shown you. This space here was a dining room and had double opening doors that went into the front room.
Right.
And we've completely changed how we use the space. The front room for a long time was a playroom. This was after we did the extension. It was a playroom and then a gaming room. And over the years it's changed. At one point, or most recently, we realised George was just rattling around in there and the big boys have their own computers. So we've moved Harry into that room down there and he has a great boy bedroom.
Yes.
But we had to brick up this wall. And this is possibly my favourite new part of the house.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
It is gorgeous. This is our bar area.
And we've dedicated it to Lynds's dad. That's why it's called Clive's Bar, by the way.
Clive's Bar, yeah.
Isn't it? So starting down the far end down there, we've got red wine, right?
Red wine, Apothic Cab. If you've not tried it, Apothic Cab is delicious.
Absolutely.
We have a beer pump and a coffee machine. The coffee machine gets used all day, every day. We like our coffee. We have our Moroccan tray with a selection of squashes on and limoncello. And then, excuse me, that chesty cough. We've got these glass cabinets that we're using to store kind of our history, our knickknacks, all the things we've collected over the years. And I've also got one that has got things from my family in as well.
Right.
So the smoky glass is gorgeous. They can either be completely dark or completely bright or anything in between.
And a good selection of glasses filled up in there.
Oh my God, I took Steve to IKEA with me and we just needed a couple of glasses and we've got a bazillion of everything. Don't we need these? Don't we need these?
Yeah, we've got the room for them. If you've got the room, glass for any occasion, isn't it?
Yes.
Right. And of course, red wine glasses here, white wine glasses here, and Tesla tequila. You need some Tesla tequila. Huh?
Do we at the moment? We bought our car before he went crackers, honestly.
So, extra drinks and what have you in here.
Yes.
And stuff for the bar in there.
Yeah.
And this is the cupboard, the boys. Enjoy the most.
Okay. Tell me you have teenage boys without telling me you have teenage boys.
There you go. Is that a well-stocked munch cupboard right there, guys? Huh?
Yeah, again, like I said, I've been shopping this morning, so it was looking like the locusts had been in. And then finally, in this drawer here, I have a selection. So if any of my family are watching this and want to come and see old family photos, they're in this cupboard. It's ready to show.
And games and stuff ready to go.
And games as well. Yeah.
And then we've got the wine fridge here, which has got some beer kegs in it and a few other bits.
The Baileys as well.
There you go, we can light it up.
Oh, it's on 5 degrees, that needs to go down. Got Baileys that we have a family joke. My dad used to always buy me a bottle of Baileys every Christmas that Steve would always drink. So
absolutely.
So we're going to have the Baileys in as well.
And of course, a selection of spirits on the wall there. Eh?
Yeah.
Dispensed there. Now, that is a quick tour, which we promised you, of the new kitchen.
Yes.
A couple of things to talk about this is these splashbacks. So they originally spec'd us up some different splashbacks for this, didn't they? And they were very expensive. We went to look at them and we were like, we weren't blown away by them, were we?
Yes, it was the quartz that we liked as well. And there was a couple of things that worried us. With quartz, if you put anything hot on them, you run the risk of actually cracking the quartz, the work surface. And then once you've got a crack, it all needs replacing, or you've got to learn to live with it. Didn't want to risk that at all. And we preferred this design
this look, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, with these high splashbacks.
Yeah.
Or backsplashes, as they call them in America, for our American audience, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the floor. Now, this took a little bit of working out what to do on the floor, and I've got to say, we love it.
We didn't. I knew when we bought this kitchen what we were having on the floor. I just needed to bring Steve round to my idea.
But it looks great. Look,
It
where
does.
we've got the border line round there as well to split it all up. Looks fantastic. So
There's a bit. I noticed some noodles on the floor that you just showed.
They won't notice them. And our Fire TV, same one that we got in the motorhome, is back up here. We love this thing here, don't we?
Yeah, so we've been living with this for quite a few months. It was the bare bones of it was in before we went away for the summer, and then we came back and did finishing touches. And we've been living with it for a few months now, and I absolutely love it. I can't think. There's a few things. No, there are a few things I'd do differently. I would not choose a black sink ever again. It is a pain. I can't get it clean anymore. It was clean for about a week, and now it's permanently stained.
Yeah.
I'm not happy with that. What was the other thing? There was one more thing.
Is it?
I obviously can't remember, so it's not that important.
There we are. Now, I know you're going to ask, how much did it cost? I can't tell you how much it cost, but it was bloody expensive, that's it. If I tell you how much it cost, it'll look like we're flexing. And
If we don't tell you how much it costs, it looks like we're flexing.
So,
either way.
The last kitchen was £6,000 from IKEA. This was way more than that. That's all I can tell you guys, all right? But definitely check out Kutchenhaus. They've got places all around National, and they will do a quote for your space, right?
Yeah. And I'm going to give you a little tip. Right, I've been using Richard from PP Protect. I've been using his glass cleaner,
Right.
on everything because this is
A matte finish.
a matte finish. So if you've got sticky fingers, it looks awful, but it's dead easy. It gets rid of it all. The glass on the glass cabinets comes up sparkling, and the porcelain comes up really beautifully clean on it.
So there we are. PP Protect's glass cleaner for cleaning the kitchen and everything in it, isn't it?
Thanks, Richard.
Well, anyway, if you've got any questions, whack them down below, guys. Hope you've enjoyed the tour of the kitchen. And let us know if you had a new kitchen recently. Where have you had yours done? Have you had a nightmare story? Because we've heard a lot of nightmare stories.
There
haven't
have been a lot of nightmare stories. Ours did take a lot longer than I planned to have done.
we? Took a heck of a lot longer for various reasons.
Many reasons.
Including, like, the shelf being out of stock here. We're still waiting on that last shelf. But you know what? It's a little bit missing, and then it's done, isn't it?
Yeah.
So there we are, guys. There's our beautiful kitchen. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not. And we'll see you on the next one.
So yeah.